Time to get in touch with your inner child and make quilts for all those outer children. Hi, it's Donna Robertson with Fabric Cafe, and today we're going to talk about those awesome children's fabrics that just make us happy when we see them. They're so cute, they are so fun to work with, you just can get in your happy place with them. Every pattern that we make today comes from either one of our books or one of our individual patterns. So let's get started. Our very first one is made with Sweet Times. Sweet Times is a fun one to use for children because it goes together in a big hurry and it really shows off those fabrics for the kids. I don't have this particular fabric, but I have some great monsters. Oh yeah. So it's a good way to introduce kids to the concept of scary things in life are really not that scary. And I remember my kids being afraid of the dark and afraid to go into a dark room. And it was a great opportunity to talk about overcoming fears. Well, this is a great fabric for this quilt. And you can put this fabric in all of the major blocks, and then you will outline it with the number 2 or the number 3 fabric. So the sashing on this one is your number 2 fabric. The sashing on this is the number 3. And it really causes a lot of movement in the quilt because it's like this pops off of the surface and then this whole thing does. So this one is called Sweet Times. It is in the book Easy Peasy 3-Yard Quilts. It's also available as an individual pattern, and the quilt number is 8021806. Monster Mash. Now the next one we're going to make with the same exact one. Now this one is a last chance. There are only 5 of these. So if you fall in love with this the way I fell in love with it, isn't that precious? So this is going to go in your number 1 fabric, and it'll be in every one of these blocks. And then you're going to outline and use for your sashing the little crowns on the number 2, and then the pink on the number 3. That's so cute. Now this one is called Ballet Magic, 8021670. Sweet Times is your pattern, and Easy Peasy is your book. Now there are only 5 of these remaining. Now remember, you can make a twin with 2 kits. So if you find one you really like, you can make a twin size when it's time for them to go to the grown-up bed. All right, we'll go to the next one. This one is called Park Place. Park Place is made with a square that's been sashed and a rectangular shaped 4-patch. Goes together real nicely, and it really shows off the focus fabric. Now it's better to use a little bit smaller print in this if you want all of your little characters to show up, because you've got it in one big block and then you've also got it in this small block here. And it's also a great one to use for fabric that's not directional, because these squares get turned, and so it's better not to have a directional fabric. This is your number 1 fabric. It's going to go in your number 1 spot, and then you compare these two and you come up with your light and your dark. These great little stars that coordinate so well with your little animals will go over here in the border. It'll also be the sashing for the main fabric, and look how great that looks together. Then your number 3 is going to be your outer border and your inner border, as well as your alternate rectangular shape 4-patch. This one is 8021807 is your kit number. Jungle Paradise is your quilt kit name. Park Place is the pattern, and it's from the Fast and Fun book. It's available as an individual or in the book. The next one is called Checkmate. Checkmate is a great one for showing off those novelty prints. You've got a big wide strip here. It's almost the width of the fabric. We do trim it down a little so it works perfectly with your 4 patches that you're putting here. Let's put this up on the table, and we have some rocket ships. And oh my goodness, this one is so fun. Look at this. It has the rocket ships in every imaginable color. This is going to be great as a big wide strip here. And then you're going to have your number 2, which is going to be where the green is. And this has the stars on it that And then you can also see the little bitty trees. Well, that's just the position. They're way up in space now and looking down on those little bitty trees. And this one, they can see the constellations really nicely. So this is for any budding astronomer that you've got in your life. And it's 8021-808 To the Moon. Checkmate is your pattern, and it's in the book Quilts for Kids. Now remember, you can get a book free if you buy 3 kits. Just skip those little patterns and put it in the comments, the book that you'd like to have. Now the next one we're doing is Sugar Pie. Sugar Pie is a great pattern for sweet fabric because it is just cute, cute, cute. It's got your focus fabric here with a little more trim out here in the focus fabric. Your light fabric becomes your background so that it can really cause the design to pop. Now, this fabric came in a couple of weeks ago, and everybody in the office got used to me walking past the fabric going, "Oh my goodness, I love that fabric. It is so cute." And I still say that. This fabric is so cute. Look at this. These great little flowers. It really reminds me of Fran's bedroom when she was little, because it was yellow and purple back in those days. So now this is the green and the purple. And if Fran were a little girl, I'd be making this quilt for her. I think it's adorable. Now we're going to put those flowers here in the center of this block. And then you're going to put the green is your number 2 fabric. And that is going to be your background so that you can really see these pop. Now remember, you compare these two and pick out the lightest and the darkest. And because you can put any fabric in any position, you can switch it around if you want. So the number 3 fabric is going to go here, and it's going to really cause that fabric to be framed nicely. This one is called Cheerful Daisies. They should have named it Donna's Daisies. We should have named this one Donna's Daisy, but I didn't think of it when we were naming it. 8021-809, Sugar Pie is your pattern, and Pretty Darn Quick is the book. All right, the next one, remember I said it was great for sweet fabric? Well, we've got a last chance. It's beautiful. This one are these watercolor flowers. Oh, now this is from one of those little nurseries where you've got the gauzy stuff hanging off of the bed and around the room. I just think this is so pretty. So this is going to be the center of your block, number 1 fabric. Number 2 fabric is your background, so it's going to be here. And then your number 3 fabric could go here. Now this is a good example that this one right here is better for your number 2, even though you might have an inclination to say, let's put it around here, because there's not quite as much contrast on this one. So I chose that pretty aqua because it really makes the focal fabric pop on this one. All right, so we've got Dreamy Florals, 8021-644. Sugar Pie is your pattern. Pretty Darn Quick is the book, and there's only 5 of these remaining. That is gorgeous. Okay, the next one we have pieces and parts for you. This particular pattern is called Landslide. And Landslide is made with great big half-square triangles. Let me tell you, this one goes so fast. I always try to find words that kind of is a real fast word, and landslide was the one. Boy, you're just going to sit down at that, and all of a sudden you're going to have a quilt. Now let's look at the fabric first, and then we'll do the pieces and parts on this one. Okay, this one is dinos. I think every child at the age of 6, by then they're falling in love with dinosaurs. They're getting that spatial concept of, these guys were great big and we're little bitty. So they just are intrigued by how something this large could be, have roamed the earth. We're going to put the dinosaurs in this big block, and then we're going to take 2 and 3 and make our half square triangles. So this is sort of a stripe here. If you look at it, it's striped with color. And so this particular one is going to look great up against this one for the number 3. And look how it just picks up all of those colors from one position to the other. Now let's look at our pieces and parts real quick like. Now this one is, like I said, super easy to do. The very first thing you do is you get to cut squares, and that's your block. How easy is that for making a block? We're going to put that right here, and then we're going to do our half square triangles. Now here's you a tip for half square triangles. When you're sewing your blocks together, you want to make sure that you sew every block the same way. Don't sew some this way and some that way. If you're starting in one corner, you go to the other corner, you start every one of your half square triangles that way, because otherwise these stripes are going to, some of them will start going this way. So let's put this over here, and this is our number 1 block here. And we made another one down here as well, because we wanted it to, so you could see both sides. And besides that, we made 2 half square triangles out of the 2 squares. So we have to just go ahead and show those to you. They're already done. Let's do a little bit of cropping here so you can see how great this looks. I'm going to cover up the banana trees. Sorry, Cave, we love you. And I think we still have this fabric. Oh, we're out of this fabric. We have new Cave coming, though. So this is what your blocks are going to look like right here. This will be a great quilt for one of those little ones that love, love, love dinosaurs. All right. Now to look at the fabric, we have our kit 8021731, and that is Dinorama. Now we've used the porch rails as an alternative, but Landslide is only available in the Quilts in a Jiffy. So you will use, you can use any other pattern as your alternate pattern if you're just buying one kit. This one is called Tic Tac, and Tic Tac, I have to share the byline on this because as many of you may have heard me say, Robert is great with ideas and he'll come and tell me how to do something. And this was actually his idea to do one with the alternating blocks. And it's fun because then you can use 2 big prints if you want to. You could also use a print and a solid. You could even use 2 solids. But anyway, you still have that those 2 different ones. We recommend that you do get a little bit more contrast with it so that they show up. But and this one, I don't have this fabric, but these were out of the same line of fabric. And we're doing the same thing this way. We are going to show you the same line of fabric in different colors. So instead of snowmen, we're going to show you the pirates. Right next to the dinosaurs, I think the next phase are pirates, and then they go to knights. I don't know. It's been a while since I've had a little one, let me tell you. My grandson is getting on up there in age, so no more pirate quilts for him. Okay, so this is the focus fabric, and I thought this was cool. Look how they put the pirates, they have them going either way, so when the kids playing with their quilt, it doesn't matter what the right side and the bottom side is. So we've got some heads up here, and we have some heads down here. Cute, cute fabric with the pirates, and we used the same line of fabric. We took 2 focus prints, and your number 1 will go here, and your number 2 goes here, and then there will be a little bit right here of the number 2. The number 3 fabric picks up all of these great colors, and those are going to be where the red is in this quilt. And that separates those 2 focus fabrics so that you can really focus on them. This one is 8021810, A Pirate's Life. Tic Tac is your pattern. It's available as an individual. It's also available in the book, Easy Peasy. Now this one is another last chance, and this last chance is the construction workers' vehicles. So you've got your number 1 fabric here. That's going to go where the snowmen are. We're recommending the same pattern for this one. The number 2, again, we just used 2 focus fabrics. You can put that one in the number 2 spot. And then this one is your number 3. Remember, you always pick your 1, you take it out of the equation, compare these 2, and this becomes your number 3. It will be here. I really like this one. That's cute. Okay, 8021-811. Under construction is the name of the kit. Tic Tac is your pattern. It's available as an individual or in the book, Easy Peasy. Now, there are only 5 of these, so you'll want to take advantage of that because it is a last chance. And 2 of them would make a twin. By that point, they're big enough for a twin size. Okay, this one is called Topsy Turvey. I think this was probably Fran's 3rd quilt that she designed with 3 one-yard cuts, and it has stayed in our favorites list for all of these years, and it's still a great quilt. It's a lot of fun to put together. It's one block that's turned and turned and turned, so it's once you've mastered the one block, you've got it made. So let's do a little cropping here, and we'll show you what the block looks like. It's super, super simple. So there is your block. It's that easy. So you have strip piecing that makes that, and then you have strip piecing that makes this, and you put them together, and what do you get? Topsy-turvy when you turn it every which way. All right, so this one, we have a cute little ladybug, and the ladybugs are going to go in this section here and this. The number 2 fabric is going to be in your background here, and your number 3, which is your darkest fabric, goes in this section here. And we have a special on this one. We have marked this one down, and it is going to be on sale, so you might want to run over there and pick this one up. 8021-605, Ladybug Gardens. Topsy Turvey is the name of the pattern, and the book is Quilts for Kids. So if you like quilts for kids, a lot of these are from that book. It would be great to get that particular book. It's only available as a download at this time, but we do, you can pick it free when you get 3 kits, or if you just get 1 kit, the pattern is available here. Well, this is Donna Robertson, and we've had a fun day today looking at kids' fabrics. We do have in print, we have 9 different books, and they are all filled with great quilts. We have 8 different quilts in every book. Every book has the instructions for a twin and a king-queen, as well as that lap size. Now, the lap sizes are basically 45 by 60. Some of the kids' quilts are a little bit smaller to accommodate for those smaller guys that are in our lives. So I hope that we touched your inner child. We certainly had fun picking out all of these great fabrics. Be sure to subscribe and click on the bell so that we can send you notification. And why not hop over to Fabric Cafe and sign up for our newsletter, and then you won't miss any of our great specials and deals and sales. So it's Donna Robertson. Have a great day.